My name's Ashmaneeth. I'm the CEO of Grim Bros. We are a new indie RPG game company that is inspired by fairy tales from around the world, hence the name Grim. And our only mission in life is to make RPGs. That's all we want to do, RPGs. Just all sorts of flavors, all sorts of different types of RPGs. You know, turn-based, tactics, story-based, image-based, just deep, rich experiences. And it's just my partner and I. We're an international team. My partner is Randis Avalon. He actually works out of Thailand, Bangkok. I myself am working out of Philadelphia. We have a fully remote team, some guys in LA, some guys in San Francisco, a guy in Chicago, a girl in London. We work out of pubs, cafes, our living room couches, anywhere there's a Wi-Fi connection. My office is my laptop, okay? We are 100% indie, right? It's just my partner and myself and the support of wonderful people, friends and family. And we're both industry vets. We both have been in the industry about 15 years, and we're taking our time and talent to just make this happen. And so, as you see here, we announced just recently our first game. It's called Dragonfin Soup, and it's a rich, wonderful 2D RPG with roguelike elements. And roguelike. What is roguelike? A lot of people have different opinions on this, and so please forgive me, all the core fans of roguelike. This is our own kind of flavors of it, so please forgive. What we think roguelike means, and my partner is a very big roguelike fan, is procedurally generated content that's engaging. It means tactical decision making, and it means permadeath, right? Those are kind of one of the three hallmarks, and I'm sure there's more, so please forgive. And so what we're doing is we're kind of making these a little more accessible, kind of modernizing them a little bit, and mixing them all together, hence the name Dragonfin Soup, right? Also, some other ways that we came up with this name is each player character will has their own unique storyline, their own unique abilities. And so for the guy who just wants to go in and have a pretty nice rogue experience, he doesn't have to pay attention to the story at all. You can just get in there, just start finding items, start making decisions, start going through the world, start exploring and having fun, right? Then there's going to be a second mode where you do missions, right? And these missions are kind of bite-sized, 10, 15 minutes long. They're wacky, they're stupid. You know, some of the vibe we're going for is Monty Python and the Holy Grail meets Evil Dead, right? Kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? And so you get those, and the dungeon will be procedurally generated. There'll be special conditions, maybe a timer on it. It'll be fun. You're getting out, but you're also making progress. You're leveling up. You're gathering resources. You find items to craft armor with. Crafting's in our game. And then there's a third mode, which is story mode. And these are people who want that rich, deep, dark experiences. Because one of the things we've noticed, my partner and I, is that in the industry, this entertainment overall, a lot of good fairy tales are all over the place. Disney has them, ABC has them, there's movies, and all these companies are doing it. But they're kind of whitewashed, right? They took the grit out of these fairy tales, because these tales were dark, like messed up dark tales, right? And so we don't want to shove that in the gamer's face, but we definitely want to have bubbles and themes and influences of that in our characters. So all of our characters are deeply flawed, and I mean they're messed up. Not only because we think it's interesting, because it's kind of funny too. So Red Robin, she's the first player character. She was inspired by Little Red Riding Hood, but we took a new take on her. So imagine raging alcoholic redneck with a shotgun. Okay, that's our Red. And we think she's wonderful, she's funny, and there's all sorts of stories that go around that. But as you go into the story mode, you find that it's a little more sinister themes. Why is she like that? Where does she come from? What's going on? Her backstory, and what's happening in the world. And so we think offering these variety of experiences, these variety of characters, and mixing it all together, you have this wonderful Dragonfin Soup. So it all kind of comes together. And we're really excited to really connect with gamers. We're core gamers, we want to connect with other core gamers. The reason why is we're doing quite an extended closed beta so that we can get your feedback and tune in. So we're not just going to kick this out. This is not an app. This is our life. This is our passion. We want this to be excellent. So, you know, we're going to be trying to reach out, get the word out about who we are, what we're trying to do, and just make the most fantastic experience possible. Hey, so one thing I really want to tell you about is our art. So, once again, Grim Brothers, we're a small indie RPG game studio. It's myself and my partner, Randis Avalon. Randis Avalon is one of the most fantastic artists I've ever had the privilege of working with. Take a look at everything we got here, right? All this art, realism to the animations in game, to the UI, to the particle effects, even some writing. One guy. One guy does all of our art for the entire game. He's phenomenal, and I am such a pleasure to work with him. And one of the things we're doing with the art in Dragonfin Soup is you can see that there's some very fun, almost like slightly cartoony in-game graphics, and then there's very serious, more realistic story graphics. And we did this for two reasons. One, we feel that when the story images come across, you instantly recognize this is story, this is backstory. I can skip it if I want, but this is them, this is the developer, this is us trying to tell you this is story stuff now, right? And this is what we think is cool. We hope you like it too. But in game, there's a lot of violence. We're inspired by Grimm fairy tales. These are dark, violent games, and so there's going to be a lot of gore, a lot of explosions. Like I said, think, Monty Python and the Holy Grail meets Evil Dead. Tongue in cheek. And so, in order to deliver that, it needs to be palatable from a visual perspective, right? And so, if it's a little cartoony, it abstracts it, so it makes it feel you can enjoy it without being offended or without it being too much, right? South Park does a very excellent job of this. South Park's awesome, but tons of violence and gore. But you don't care. You actually giggle because it's little paper cutout dolls, right? So understanding this is where we go with our stuff. Like I said, if you like what we're doing at Grimm, just let us know. We'll be doing art contests and raffles and inviting people in our closed beta community to help us come up with characters' names and maybe monster names and designs and just make this the best experience possible.